So now for fixing our problem, we need to learn about some nodes. First of all, open up your third person character. And in here, first thing that I'm going to do is invisible this laser. So click on this laser, we don't need it for now. Search for visible on detail panel, and in here uncheck this visible. Okay, no, we have just this. So the node that I want to show you in this video is line tracing. So the line tracing is like this. So we want from the tip of our gun to wherever that is aiming, we want to check if we are hitting something or not. Or we can call it where we are aiming at, right? So for doing that, you know that we create a laser attach point at tip of our gun. So we have this laser attach point. So if we go to our character class and go to, for example, event tick graph, okay, you know, whatever that we connect to this line of code in here, it will execute 60 times per second if your game is 60 FPS, right? So for that, let's just drag and drop from here and trace. So with search and trace, you can see it will give us a lot of options like box trace, like capsule trace, like line trace. So with this, we have a lot of options. Right now, we want to use line trace, but sometimes we need box trace, we need capsule trace as well. So for now, let's just use line trace by channel, okay? So this node that is called line trace by channel, it needs a start point and end point. A start point for example, our gun. The tip of our gun, we use it as a start point, and where it's aiming at is our end point, end location, right? So for finding that, we can get the mesh like this, drag and drop it, and we can get the mesh. And from this mesh, we can get this attach point location and rotation, right? So let's just drag and drop in here and say get socket location, okay? And with this get socket location, we can get this laser attach point socket, okay? So now we need the name. So for getting the name, let's just again go to a skeletal mesh where we create our laser attach point at the tip of our gun. And in here, right click on it and click on rename and Control C to copy its name. And now if we go here, we can paste it in this socket name, right? Everything cool. Now with this, we have the location of the tip of our gun. We need the rotation as well. So we can get it again like get socket rotation, okay? And again, it needs name as well. So now we have the location of the tip of our gun, and we have the rotation and angle of where our gun is looking at, where our gun is aiming at. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I want to use this get socket rotation and get the forward vector off of that. Forward vector, okay? And with this forward vector, what I'm going to do, I want to multiply it by some big value, okay? Multiply it by big value to have that end location from where to where we want to trace. We want to check if we hitting something, if we are aiming at anything, if it hitting something, right? So at the tip of our gun, we get the vector location and multiply it by 1000, and we have a location at front of our gun. So we need to multiply this by some big value like 10,000. Let's just multiply all of them by 10,000, and now with this, we can add it to the location of the tip of our gun, right? We can just add it like this. So with this adding, we have the end point, and the start point is the tip of our gun. That is laser attach point that we create, right? So let's just connect it to a start. Now we have an start and end point for our line trace by channel. Now for trace channel, I want to use whatever that is visible. We want to check it, right? So whatever mesh, whatever thing that we have in this scene that is visible, it will check it, right? Next one that is important is this draw debug type, and it is important for just viewing what it is hitting and how it works. So let's click on it. You can see there is some type in here that first of all, let's just use for duration. If you put it on for duration, you can click in here and change the draw time. For example, I want to put it on 1 second. Let's just now compile and run our game. And now you can see that we are tracing from the tip of our gun to where our gun is hitting something. You can see right now, because it is hitting something, it will draw a red square at tip of where we are hitting. But if you go to the sky, you can see it won't show that red square to us anymore, because it's not hitting something. It will just go 10,000 units in front of our gun and it will stop. But if we hit something, you can see it will give us a hit point, right? So now with that, you can see we can just change the trace color, we can change the trace hit color and all of that. But what I want to show you is that we can get where we are hitting, and we can get if we are hitting something, right? So next thing to talk about is that this line trace by channel does have a lot of output. Right now you can just see 3 of them. First on it's just the execution pin. Next, out hit, that is I will show you what it is. The return value, if it is hitting something or not. Let's just use a print string in here to show you something and connect this return value. So whenever we hit something, it should write true, and whenever we didn't hit something, it should say false. So let's just run our game. Right now it's saying false always, but if you go down, you can see it's saying true because it is hitting our ground, right? So everything cool with that. But this out hit, what it is, if we right click on it, we can split a strike pin. So you can see there is a lot of them in here. So for example, let me delete this. I can get where we are hitting, where is the trace hit, and whatever, right? So this is the location that we are hitting something. We can just show that in this print string, right? So let's just compile and run. And now you can see right now we are not hitting anything. It shows us 0, 0, 0. But if we hit something, it will show us the value in there. You can see that red square, these values, this location is the location that location of that red square where we are hitting the ground. You can see, so we can use that. And you can see there is a lot of things in here that we can use, but whenever we need those, I will show you what they are. For example, it will give us the start and end, like here we give it the start and end, and it will give us the start and end as well. It will give us the return value that if we are hitting something or not. Or in here, out hit, blocking hit, it will again tell us if we are hitting something or not. Or in here, it will tell us what bone we are hitting. So for example, we have a character in front of us, the enemy, and we hit the head of that enemy, and we want to have a headshot. With this out hit bone name, we can get if the bone that we are hitting is the head or neck. We can have a headshot, for example. So with the knowledge of this line trace by channel, we can go and give it some offset to where our gun is aiming at to aim at the middle of our crosshair. And let's just see how we can do that with this line trace.